Killing me. 이 손을 미치게 하지. You miss it, you killing me. 마 이데아. 믿게 만든 순간 그 이상의 나를 던져 내 태고를 푸른 그 빛이 너와 내 마주할 때그 안에 물든 감정은 모두 너와 내 범위가 돼내 세계 속에 가장 눈부신 절대감 너랑 정말 이대야.
Hi everybody! Welcome to class. Today, as you can see here, we're learning idea or ideal by TAEMIN. I'm a little unclear. I think it's idea, but for some reason half the time I search for it I get ideal. Anyways, I have a small sty in my right eye right now. It's actually getting better, believe it or not, but it's fine. I can see. It's all good. So yeah, today we're going to be learning the first chorus. What's really interesting about this dance is that they don't really repeat any of the choreography as far as I can tell. There's like a little small section of what we're learning today that's repeated by the backup dancers, but almost the whole dance is very different, which is unusual for K-pop. But it's really cool. It's a really cool dance. It is very hard and it's very fast, but I'm going to break it down. We'll do it slow with music and hopefully we can work it out. It's not, the moves themselves are not super tricky, it's going to be very fast. And eventually, when you speed it up, it becomes tricky. But yeah, let's do a warm-up because it's so fast, you will be sore if you do not warm up and cool down. Please somebody remind me to cool down today because for some reason I seem to always forget to do a cool down at the end of class. Also, this is my right hand, this is my left hand. I should be mirrored on your screen so you can just follow along directly. You don't have to worry about trying to switch it at all. And if you have any like screen mirroring on your screen, maybe switch it back. This is my right hand, but yeah. I'll play the song while we warm up. And please do follow along in the warm up. I definitely tried to do this without warming up at first, and I was very sore the next day, so we're gonna do a solid warm-up. cross the right foot over the left knee. And like that. Reach through here, bring your side to side, and pull towards you. Same as the standing hip stretch that we normally do. It's the pretty good standing version, but it requires more back. Oh, is the music too loud? Somebody says it's a bit hard to hear me. I was trying to talk over the music, but hopefully I'm not too quiet. I'll continue with this volume. If it's still too loud, or if I'm not loud enough, I'll try moving the speaker a little bit. Let me know the next time I play it. I'll try talking louder first, though. Okay, let's get started. So I said we're going to start from the that section. Before that starts, they say "killing me," and that's on 7/8. Most of the backup dancers do a pointed finger here, and they're just like running your hand under your neck. I think TAEMIN does more like a loose hand here. TAEMIN stylizes things, everything. So I'm going to teach you mostly what the backup dancers do, but I'll try to tell you how he stylizes things a little bit if you want to go that route. But he definitely does things differently a lot. But yeah. Okay. So on 7/8, your hand's going to come this way, and you're going to be dragging your body with you, and then the left foot ends up coming up, and then you're going to plant it on 1. Yeah. It's going to be killing me 1, and that's when the you hit down on the first Killing me 1, and then this part is very, like I said, it's going to be very fast. It's on the 1 and 2 and it's on the basically like every one of those is a hit. So you're hitting the first one down here on 1, and then on and you're going to tilt your head. Then on 2 you're going to tilt your body, and then you're going to turn your body this way and do a hit. Yeah? So it's 1 and 2 and. This is very, very fast, so it should just be da, 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 da. Yeah? 1 and 2 and. So you're coming down, it's head, shoulders back, then you contract. And then you're gonna do a chest pop on 3 and then on 4, you're gonna reach, and then on and of 4, you're gonna bring the leg, left leg in, and this hand switch. Yeah? So all together it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is very like a cha-cha though, because it's so fast, so it's very sharp. All of this is very sharp. We'll do it a couple times slow, and then we'll speed it up. So you're gonna go 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I guess when you open your hands, think of opening your chest a little bit as well, and then that helps you contract in when you pull everything in. Gives it a little bit more emphasis. So you're 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Occasionally when I'm doing this fast, I forget the second chest pop, but don't forget that. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. The next half of this 8 count they do a little differently. The TAEMIN does it a little differently than the backup dancers. I'm going to teach you what I think TAEMIN's doing, which is just opening up and your hand like swings this way, your hands swing this way, and then it comes to your chest and the hands drop down. Yeah, and this is all on the and beat. You just did 4 and, 5 and, 6 and. So at the end of 6, this is a really important one because this is where he meets back up with the backup dancers. Your left hand is extended and your right hand is sort of, the backup dancers sort of like cover their face in some way. TAEMIN's usually covering his mouth. He likes to do that for some reason. I don't know, pretend he's not lip syncing, I don't know. So on the 6th and, you're gonna hit this really sharply. That's important for the next part, so don't forget that. Yeah? The 4 and, this part is not as important as long as you're going down and then hit here really sharply. Notice that my knees also bend, that just gives it more emphasis and makes it sharper of a hit as well. So after you do 4 and, 5 and, 6 and. Yeah? Okay. It's all on the and beats. It's gonna be really fast. So let's do that from the beginning. We're gonna go 7, 8, 1, head, 2, chest, pop, here, open, close, step, turn, here, here, hit. Yeah? That counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 5 and 6 and. I don't know why I'm trying to go so sharp when I'm not even dancing yet, but we're getting there. Okay, we'll do this a couple more times. Let me know if you have any questions about this 8 count. It's going to be very fast, so we're going to do it really slow at first with the music. Then one more time it counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Yeah? I'll go ahead and finish off the 8 count. So you're hitting here on and. On 7 and, you're doing a chest, like a breath. It's like they're breathing here. And then as you come out of that breath, you're going to take the right hand underneath and point it towards the audience. And that's gonna turn your body and get you ready for the next 8 count, but we won't go to that yet. So you're gonna do a breath, and then it points out, and this is where he's saying, you are. There's like an echo in the background that goes, you are, and that's when your hand shoots out. You are. But yeah, okay. So that whole 8 count from the beginning. 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and breathe. You are. Yeah? So the hand that's by your mouth is just gonna extend underneath your other hand. That way. It should look very smooth. Okay, I'm gonna try this 50% speed. Let me know, I'm gonna count over the music. Let me know if I'm not loud enough while I'm counting over the music. Boop. Or if I'm not loud enough in general. This is gonna be 50% to start with because it is really fast. Hopefully that's not too slow. Oh, we're gonna go to here. I realize this is the dance practice, it's not a great song. Alright, let's pull up a different version of it that actually sounds better. That was loud.
이성이 만든 전투여 감미로운 voices 나를 미치게
Just so you know, for the next 2 8 counts, the same rhythm is going to repeat, where it's going to hit all of the and beats, and then you're going to hit 7 8 very slow, because those are the like noises that happen in the background. So pay attention to the rhythm that's happening here, because it'll repeat again. I think 50% is a little slow, so we're going to try 75% and see how that goes. I believe in us. We can do it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How was that? Let me know if it was too fast. We'll do it a couple more times. Starting to get it, hopefully. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Are you okay? I want to try 100 just so you know what it feels like, because it is very fast. I might have a hard time counting at 100. Yes, it is very challenging. I'll do it one more time at 75, and then we'll just try it once at 100, just to see how it goes. Well, we'll do it one more time at 75. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's try 100, see how it goes. I'm going to give us a little bit more into it so we can hear how fast it is. Ooh, getting sweaty. Counting over the music helps. I feel like just listening to the ma'as help, but maybe the counting is helpful, I don't know. It is really fast. Yes, this is a really hard one. It is really fast, but if we practice it a bunch, hopefully we can get it. Do we need to go back? Let me know if you need to go back to 75%. Or if you're okay at the speed. We'll try 100 one more time, and then if you need me to go back, let me know. I'll go over it a couple more times. Or we can move on and do the next part at 75%, and then we'll build at 75%. Alright, let's do this a couple more times. Or one more time at this speed. counting the 7/8 because I believe you can hear that hopefully. Yes, the music does have really good beats. The start count is good. Yeah, we can do the 7/8, right? Killing me. Yes, it's so fast. Okay, we'll try it. How about we'll do it one more time, and I'll just count into it, and I'll let y'all listen to the beats, and then we'll move on, so we can learn a little bit more because the next 8 counts pretty tricky as well. Okay. So we'll get to practice that more because it's at the very beginning. But let's move back a little bit, or move forward a little bit, and we'll learn the next 8 count. So you're not stuck here. So we just did breathe 7, and then you go 8. You're gonna just hit 1, jump, and, yeah? 1 and. So it's just like a tap, and that pushes you to jump your feet out. You're here with your hands. Your hands are just dropping down as you do that on 1 and. Then your hands are gonna shoot out to the left, and your heels are gonna turn to the left at the same time. And that's 2 and. Your hands are gonna go really sharp. And then your feet are gonna go with it. Yeah? So from you are 1 and 2 and. Yeah? And this part's pretty fun. Your right hand, I'm gonna get closer so you can see. Your right hand's gonna swing around your head, and the left hand sort of drifts down to your stomach. So your hands are at your chest to start with, and then as your right hand comes over your head, the left hand's gonna drift down to your stomach. Yeah? So you're here on and of 2, 3 and. Yeah? At the same time that you're doing that, your body's sort of turning to the right, and then you're gonna grab and pull your left leg in. I feel like they do this pull-in move a lot in different variations in the stance. Yeah, so we did 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. Yeah? So you're gonna plant that foot as it pulls in, pull in here. I think this is a grasping motion, but because it goes so fast, they all do it really differently. Da, 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 4 and. But this motion, your foot's gonna come out in, da, da. So you plant the left foot, and then the right foot comes out, and the hands come up to the right, and then they shift in. So the move is just da, da, here. Yeah? So after 4 and, you're gonna pick up 5 and. Yeah? So we did you are 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 5 and. Then your hands and your head are gonna drop down. Your hands are gonna drop to your hips, and you're gonna look down. And in this part, they all do it a little differently, even TAEMIN. Some of them pull this leg in, and some of them don't. But what happens, this is really kind of a tricky move to get down. Oh, just to go back, I'll go over this really fast. So you pulled 4 and, 5 and then you look down. Yeah? I tend to do my hip with this, but really they're just doing their feet because it's all of the male backup dancers in TAEMIN doing this. And some of the male backup dancers are like over here with it, so I'm not actually sure where this hand is supposed to be. I just know it's somewhere over here. But TAEMIN does usually just that. So just do here. One more time from the beginning of that 8 count. You're gonna go here, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 5 and, 6. Now remember I said that repeated thing, so it's gonna be da 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 da, and then this is like a slow 7/8 is on that background noise. I'll give you approximately what they do. So the way I think of it as your foot is leading, and then your hands following, and then your head goes last. So the motion ends up looking sort of like this. Yeah? It should be very like a smooth thing, and that's all of 7 and 8 to do that. And you end up looking to the right here at the end. At least the backup dancers do. TAEMIN might still be like slightly here. But slow down, it's gonna go foot, and then as your foot extends out, the hand is following out, and then as the hand gets there, the head, you're doing like a head isolation, which is that, yeah? So the head goes forward and then tilts to the left. I guess I lied when I said some of the moves weren't that tricky, because this one and a couple of the others are pretty tricky. Yeah, head isolations. So you brought the hands down. Some of the backup dancers step here. I think step in with the left foot, I think, just to give them more motion for this. But TAEMIN usually leaves his leg there, which makes it kind of weird to do this motion. So I think it's easier to step in with the left foot, but do whatever you want here. So you bring that arm down, look down, and then the foot's gonna go around, arms, head. Yeah? And that's the 8 count. Okay. So the whole 8 count, 8, it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Oh, and your hands are like mostly to your right hip here. They're mostly in front, but when you bring them down, think of bringing them to your right hip. And then when your hands travel around, thinking of bringing it to your left hip, yeah? So your hands are going around to your left hip as your body turns. Yeah. Little details. Right stays planted the whole time. Yes, all of this motion, your right foot, I'm guessing that's about the right foot. The right foot's just like turning a little bit, but the weight of your body is mostly in your right foot. Yeah. But I guess it barely turns. You can end up facing that way. If it turns a little bit, that's okay. But keep the weight in your right foot. Get excited. Might turn on my fan in a bit. Okay. Let's go with the choreography once from the beginning. So 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Oh, I started 6 and there we go. 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Yes. The next part is why I stretched our legs, because we're going to be doing a lot of kicks in a minute. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about that. We'll do everything at 50% to start with, just so you can hear how it is with the music. Just like it's because I'm not bringing my hand up here. In the first 8 count, I was doing this, which I think is what's throwing me off. Here, here, da, da. Yeah, that. Little things. Okay, let's try 75%, everything. Check out some questions. Okay, no questions. On is the same as in the first 8 counts. I feel like the second 8 counts a little bit easier just because it feels like it flows a little bit. It's not as disjointed, I think. Let's do that one more time though. I'm like hitting here after the fact. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do that one more time. I'm trying to get that first 8 count. I'll give you a rundown. There's another half 8 count that's quite fast, and then we have like a few 8 counts where it's not so bad. And there's one more 8 count near the end that's really bad. So this is like the big hard chunk in the beginning. That's the best thing, right? It's like the hard part at the beginning. But there is one more hard part really later on, but hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, let's do it again. Let's see how it goes.
감미로운 voices 나를 미치게 하지. You're myself, you're me.
Let me know how it's going. I'll give you a moment to be in the chat. It's really fast, I know, but hopefully you're starting to get it. Let me know if you need to slow down again. I'll do it one more time. And I really want to get you to that third 8 count, and then we'll have like a really good chunk to practice a bunch, because that big chunk is really fast. But we'll have it together. So yeah, let's do it one more time up to speed. Then if you need me to go over anything, let me know. But otherwise, I'll move on to the last 8 count that's really fast at the beginning. Yeah.
감미로운 voices 나를 미치게 하지. You're myself, you're me.
Okay. So that was okay. I don't see any more messages, so we're gonna move on for now. Okay. So the next part's not as bad, but it's a little bit weird. Where do you end? Oh, we just did this thing. Okay, so from here, your hands are gonna come out, and you're just gonna do a like kick here, yeah? And that's on 1. I'm missing a transition, hang on. Dang it! I'm blanking on the transition. This is so random. Okay, so you kick, place, then your hand comes up, and you step down, yeah? And bring it down. So kick, da, and that's 1 and. Then at your foot comes out as your elbow comes up, I should say, in your head, and then come down on 2 and, yeah? 1 and 2 and, yeah? 1 and 2 and. So as you place that foot, this comes up, and then you bring it down. From here, you're gonna do a little, like a little, I don't know, fairy jump, but not very high. So you're more like bent over, and it's just like a little hop. You don't really actually get very much air, and it's mostly just the right leg going back, and the momentum sort of makes you pop a little bit, but not that much. It does not have to be a straight leg. Most of them are bent here, and it doesn't have to be very high either. But yeah, you're just going back. So from here, 7, 8, you're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3. Then you're gonna bring that leg in, bring it up, and your hands go up, and then you're gonna kick on 5. And that forces you down into a little step, and you pop out. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. So this jump is an and. I keep doing like this pose. TAEMIN is actually doing like this when he pops out, and then your feet are going out like that. Okay, wait, I think I'm going too fast, hang on. So after this thing, your foot's gonna come down, and then you sort of replace the left foot, and then your foot comes up, and you do, so what this looks like, yeah, that's sort of a very dramatic, you pick it up and then kick it out. So it's bent to start with, and then you kick it out, and then you hop out, yeah? That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so that 8 count from here, it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. So this is pretty slow. It's the same repeated pattern. So all of that first part's really fast, and you get to here, and then this is slow. The backup dancers are all in different poses here, but this is TAEMIN's pose. I might end up hitting this pose because for some reason I keep doing this. It's fine. Whatever you do with your arms is fine, as long as you're getting with the feet. Yeah. Okay. There's been no questions about this 8 count, but we'll go over it one more time because I feel like it's weird. It's a lot of legs. I think it's just the right leg that's kicking the whole time, which is what makes it a little bit odd. So you kick out with the right leg here, then it's the right leg here, then it's the right leg here. Yeah. Okay. Some water, and then we'll do just that 8 count at 50%. I think I can do that. Whoop. TAEMIN Kung Fu, need to study more. Yes, it's dramatic kicking. One thing I didn't mention, so I'm giving you like the really precise moves, but again, he stylizes it a lot. A lot of these moves, there's like a little bit of extra chest or body in it. Especially like with that kick. So if you watch how he stylizes it, it might be a little bit different. But just do whatever feels natural. I would worry about getting the moves down first and then trying to stylize it however feels right to you. But yeah. Hopefully we're okay at 50%. We'll do just that 8 count at 75%, and then we'll go back and add it together. Don't do that. All right. I think the timing feels weird because when you're doing it slow, there's this like pause before you kick. But when you're doing it up to speed, it doesn't feel slow. So I think it'll feel more natural when we speed it up. And it felt a little bit better just now. Might have to plug in my iPad. Looks like it's dying. Right. Let's do the whole thing. Bad. Hopefully it didn't feel too bad to y'all either. I know I had more practice with it, but hopefully it's getting down. 75% one more time. Let's do 100. I'm getting really sweaty and I don't know why I decided to wear long pants and a long shirt on one of the hardest dances. I'm gonna throw my fan. Okay, ready 100%? Someone's asking us to go through the kiki part again. We can do that. So you're here to start with. Remember, you're kicking the right leg the whole time, yeah? So you're kicking here, plant the right leg, then you're just stepping out with the left leg here. Then you're sort of pushing back on the right leg here, so keep the weight in your left leg, the right leg's going back. And then you're gonna do a step here, and then that's before you kick out the right leg to kick it again, yeah? So after here comes down, you're doing a little like reorientation to the front before you pick up the right leg. It's very fast. So with the up to speed, it's gonna go. Oh, actually, up to speed, you might have time to reorient. That might be why you're losing it. It might be that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was doing it naturally, but I realized I taught it wrong. Here, let me teach you what it's supposed to be. So, your foot comes and does a little kick. That's what it is. When you're doing it slow, it's not necessary, but when you're doing it up to speed, keep all of the weight in your left leg. Then you're just like scuffing the ground with your right leg, and that causes you to switch positions with your left leg. Sorry about that. Block, kick, yeah? So you're not like putting the right leg down, you're just scuffing the ground as you switch. Yeah? So from here, you're bringing the foot down, scuffing it, and that like forces you to turn your left foot to face the front, and then that brings your right foot up. Hopefully that's better. Sorry about that. Okay, let's do 100 one more time to get that in, and then I'm going to teach you the last, or the 4th 8 count, just because it's not too bad. I think we can add it on at 100 without having to slow it down. Cool. They said it feels better. Good. All right, let's try it.
감미로운 voices 나를 미치게 하지. You are myself, you are me.
7, 8. Sorry, I tried to count that last 8 count, but it went so fast. Okay. We're moving on for now, just this last or 4th 8 count. So you did 7, 8. All of this is you're gonna throw your arms back and do a little like hop over to the right, and then you're gonna cross your arms and hop back. When you cross your arms, I think TAEMIN does left arm and back, but I don't know if that really matters. This goes with the ma'a'as, but it's sort of weird. So you're gonna jump on 1 and 2 and 3, yeah? It's on the ma, is when you start the jump. Ma'a, ma'a, yeah? Here, I need a headband. So yeah, you're here, da, da, and you're jumping to where your right leg is, basically. And then jumping to where your left leg was. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and then 4, 5, 6 is just sort of them like replacing and walking out. TAEMIN's like being dramatic. I think it's when he's saying you are. And then you're gonna end up with your feet right, shoulder width apart. So you jump together and you sort of like chill in for a couple counts, like 2 8 counts. And then you're gonna end up with your feet apart, shoulder width. Your hands are gonna spin left, right, yeah? So your hand's going like this, except that your left hand's going behind your back, and your right hand's ending up around shoulder height. And then your knees are gonna go, your knees and your feet are gonna go in, out, and that causes you to get really low. So don't be like da-da and be like here, get really low here, as low as you can, like almost as full sumo squat. Again, this is why we stretch. So your shoulder width, I think this is 7 and 8 and, yeah. And when you go down, I noticed that TAEMIN ends up, like he tilts his head forward a little bit, and he ends up with the forearm right in front of his mouth. The backup dancers are sort of in different places, but TAEMIN is like right in front of his mouth, so I would aim for that. I think like when you're doing this move, it's shoulder, but then when you get here, you sort of like bend into it a little bit more, and you tilt your head forward, and so you end up here. Yeah, that's the whole 8 count. So from 7, 8, you're just gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and. All right, yeah. And then we get into the really fun part, which is the reason I chose this section. The main reason I chose this section is this like weird part is my favorite. Hopefully y'all like it too, but we'll get to that. Let's do just that 8 count with music so you can hear it, and then we'll tie it together and do the whole thing up to speed a couple times. How are we doing on time today? Oh, we're doing good. No, we're not. The class is supposed to end at 1. Whoops. I went really slow because I wanted y'all to really learn that section. Okay, we might have to speed through some of this, but we might skip something. We'll decide that. Okay, let's do just the 8 count with music. So this is on Mama Ide. Yeah? So be ready for that. Mama Ide. Okay, let's go back and do the whole thing up to speed. Then we can talk about what we want to do after that. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to teach you this next part. Hopefully that was okay, by the way, at 100%. Hopefully we're getting it. I'm going to teach you this next part because it's my favorite. There's still one more hard part that is going to take time, and I don't know if we have time. If y'all want to stay later, you can, but if you want to cut off at 1. I'll try to find a good stopping point after this part. I think we'll just end at that if you want, and practice it. Or if you're okay staying past 1, and I will teach you the rest of this section. Send me a message and let me know. If you're on YouTube, I think that YouTube gets cut off after an hour, so you might have to switch to Twitch. But yeah. Okay, let me teach you this next part, and you can message in the chat if you're wanting to keep going and learning the last bit, or if you want to just stop after the mama part. But okay, so this section, it's not super hard, but it's really fun. So we ended up here, right? What's going to happen is that your elbow is going to do a little gukka, and the second gut, and then the second one like pulls you forward, right? Da da. And when you do this pull, it pulls. You try to keep your upper body straight, but you want to pull your like hip and your knee. So your hip and your knees. I don't know if you can see my hips even. You're doing like a little pull with your hip, and then your knee follows, and then it plants out on the beat. So it's gonna go 1 and 2. Sorry. Mama ide I'm trying to think what the actual beats are. But I think if you go with the music, Mama ide. Okay. So the first one is just a pull, and then you're gonna do the little juk juk the second 2 times. Mama ide hit hit. Straighten, around, in, out. Sorry, I'm trying to go a little fast. So yeah, that's what it is with the music. So it's Mama ide I noticed that when you watch like the dance practice, they're very clearly like planting this foot. You can audibly hear them like planting it back down afterwards. And I think that helps you be really sharp. So, straighten, around, in, out again. And then you go the other way. Okay, and then just to finish it off, we're gonna go 7, 8, and we'll end there for now. That's two 8 counts earlier than I intended to end, but the next 8 count is really hard. One person's gonna stay, 2 people are gonna stay. Ooh, okay. I will try to teach you that then. But let's do just these 2 8 counts with music, and then we'll tie it together. We'll keep going. And then around 1, the YouTube might get cut off around 1. If you hop over to Twitch, then you can learn the last part. Okay. Hopefully y'all are getting plenty of exercise. Just this 8 count. I think we can do it up to speed, but if we need to slow it down, let me know. So hopefully that made sense. I was trying to like count it, but I think I might just not count it this next time. But so you're gonna start right hands on top, straighten around da da, scoop da da. Okay. One more time. Is that okay? I tried not to count it so you could hear it. I think the hard part is just getting the timing of the like straighten around, but what it is, so you do 3 of these. So you do 1 and 2 and 3, 4, straighten, and this is the same timing as 4, 7, and 8 and, yeah, as when you started. So you started 7 and 8 and that's on mama, ide, mama, ide, da, da, da. The tricky part about this ending is that there's no beats for it as far as I can tell. So you just have to remember after doing it 3 times on the right, you just have to immediately go 7, 8, 8. But yeah, let's do just those 2 8 counts one more time. Then we'll tie it together and do it all together a couple times for those hopefully it's making sense. Let's do it all together from the beginning. Making so many weird faces at the camera today. Okay. All together. Thank you all for those that are joining. For those that are staying to learn the last 2 8 counts, I will start that in a minute. But I'll do my ending spiel really fast. Thank you all for joining. I'll play it one more time after this so you can get like a full run through. I'm so tired. Breathing. This is a really hard dance, which is why we probably weren't able to get through the whole thing today. It was really fast, but hopefully y'all have like a breakdown now and you can practice it on your own. If you get it good enough and you want to show it to people and show it on Instagram, please tag kpopup.sf, I think, and Mindy Pile Dance so I can see it as well. I'm trying to be better about posting things on Instagram because I'm not great about it, which is why some of my classes don't like appear in K-pop-up's feed, and I'm sorry about that. But I'll try to get better about that. And if you want to be part of our feed, please send me your message, or send me your video directly so I can use it. I'm excited to see it. I hope y'all can get it down. Hope that y'all that are staying for the end part can get like the full thing, because the next state count was kind of the trickiest for me, but I think I have it down now, and I think I can teach it to y'all, and you can get it down in your bodies. I was gonna say, if you want to donate for this class, the Venmo is Mindy-Pile. I'll put that in the chat really fast. Mindy-Pile. I can type my own name. There we go. Oh. It's not letting me do the at symbol because it thinks I'm trying to tag someone. And then, so if you would, something's gonna check out for the end later. Yes, I know this, the first time I was learning this, I got really tired and I could barely do it by the end, so I understand if you wanna like take a break and record later or like learn the rest later, totally understandable. Or if you have something to do today. But yeah, we'll do it one more time so we can run through the whole thing. Thank y'all for joining, and thank y'all to those that are staying. I'm excited to teach y'all the rest. Hopefully it won't take too long. But yeah, let's do the whole thing.
얘기하지 안던던더 아름다운 silhouette 감미로운 voices 나를 미치게 하지 You're myself, you're me
Rest of you, let's get started on this last hard 8 count. Okay, it's like an 8 count and a half, but yeah. Okay, so where do we end? We did 7, 8, and. You're gonna do a chest pop here on 1 and then your right hand is gonna come up, let me get closer so you can see, and like tilt your head back, yeah? So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and. At the same time as that, your right knee is gonna go with it, 1 and 2 and then from here, yeah, it's sort of like a ice skater move. I think they're literally called skaters. But you're in this pose, and there's this sort of disconnect. Your hands are just gonna shoot out into like very contemporary. And your right foot is gonna push your left foot around, yeah? So your right foot sort of your left foot replaces your right, and then the right foot does like a swing around here, yeah? So it's gonna go 1, 2, and 3. And then as your foot's going around, you're gonna bring your left hand to your face and do a little whoop on 4, yeah? So it's like as you're doing this, you do that. It's very odd. This is a couple tricky parts of this. So from here, you're gonna go 7, 8, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and then as you do the 4 is when your foot comes back around, and then you're gonna step right, left, throw. You're gonna throw your left hand at the same time that you step to the right. So your foot's gonna go da da da. And then as you do the right foot, your hands are gonna throw out and then step together left. Yeah? And your right hand comes up here. It's all, like it flows together, but it's a little bit of a weird thing to learn. So from here, you're gonna go here, and then your feet are just going right, left, left. But your hands are going at weird times, which is what makes it weird. So 3, 4, 5, and 6, and. Sorry, this is 6. Yeah, no, I think that time is right. 3, and 4 and 5, 6 and. That's what it is. Yeah. So we did this on 3 and 4 and swish on 5 and 6. Sorry, wait, no, this should be now 6 and. Oh, this timing's weird. This is like kind of so weird. It goes to what he's saying though. It's not like the mamamas, it's something else, which is what makes it weird. Okay, so we did 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. No, that's not right. Dang it. Okay, hang on, I have to count this. Counts are so weird. I have the moves down, but the counts are so weird. It is 6 and, so how do we get there? 3, 4 and a 5, 6 and. I think this is on 5 and this is 6 and. So 3, 4 and a 5, 6 and. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and a 5, 6 and. Let's go over this. So you're up here on 6. You just like bend over on the and then you're gonna go out to the right. So you keep your left foot where it is, and you're just stepping out and going da da with your knees, and the hands just sort of shoot out, and you're making a diagonal here, like a dab almost. Except your head's not in your elbow; it's out. I thought at first that they were like flicking their hands with their knees, but I don't think that they're actually doing that. I think it just hits because it goes so fast. So it's gonna 6 and 7, 8. Yeah. So you're gonna hit your knees out on 7 and 8. Yeah. Okay. So that's how I'll count. Okay. Almost there. So from here, you're gonna go 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and a 5, 6, and 7, 8. Just to teach you the next bit, just so we can get it down. It's not too hard. They do like a little, I don't know, like a rocking motion forward. Da, da. Like, it's almost like they're like jamming out, I don't know. Jamming, and then they throw, and you end up facing this diagonal. So you throw, face this diagonal, and then you're gonna do this scoop with your hand and your right leg. And they're gonna do a little scoop with that. Sorry, I'm going a little fast, just since we went over time. Let me see. So from here, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So as the foot does a little hop, yeah? Da, da. And this is on darling. I think he's saying darling, but it could be darling. I don't know what that means. Is the weight on the ball or the heel during the dab? During this bit? I think I keep my weight on my the ball of my foot, the toes, because it gives me more movement. Because if you keep it on the weight, it's a little weird. Yeah, I think the weight's on the ball of your foot. Da, 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 da. And then, so almost immediately after you do this, you're gonna cross the foot in front of the left, unwind, face the left, and then your right hand's gonna roll to here. Left hand comes to your stomach. Oops. Yeah. And that's the end. Wah. Okay. So the last 8 count, just one more time. After 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Yeah? I think this will make more sense with the music. We'll go over it one more time. It counts. So you're here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and a 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One thing I will warn, this 8 count is much faster than it appears. I feel like especially there's a lot of big movements that you would think they would give time to, but you don't have a lot of time. So it's gonna be really fast, but we're gonna do it slow to start with. We'll do just the 8 count at like 50% speed. I'll start from the mama bas. or the ideas. I felt really slow at 50%, so let's try 75%. But at least you have a general idea. It does really go with what he's singing, like the lyrics. I think if you listen to them, you'll see. I will do that one more time. I'm just gonna do it and maybe watch me with so you can see the lyrics. Yeah. There's a couple key, like here, and then every move I think has a precise lyric that it happens on. But here, I'll try to count one more time at 75%, and then we'll. Starting to feel it, hopefully. Let's go back up to speed, but we'll do the whole ma section so you have a little bit more practice with that, since we sort of sped through that. And yeah, this part's probably going to feel weird. Remember, it's mama ide mama ide 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and a 5, 6, and 7, 8. Oh, that part's weird. Okay. Yeah? Let's try it. I feel like this 8 count is tricky because it's a little bit disjointed, but it does go with the lyrics. It's just a little bit disjointed. Alright. Let's try from the first mama. So it's going to start right hand on top. Hopefully that was okay. Since we are over time, I'm not going to like super go into that a lot more, but hopefully you have the basic sound, you can practice it. Hopefully you get like most of the moves. Let's do that part one more time though, and then we'll do the whole thing all together a couple times. Okay. Okay, go back and do the whole thing. Do we need to go over anything? Okay. Okay. I'll just play it, and then if there's any parts you need me to go over, you can run through it with me and then ask any questions. But we'll just do it from the beginning. that dance is hard. Okay. I like barely made it through that one. Thank y'all for joining. I'll do it one more time. Just breathe, drink some water. My little tiny ponytail is so sweaty. Yeah. Thank y'all for sticking around and learning the last bit. Hopefully it made sense. I feel like that it counts the trickiest part just because it's so weird. But hopefully it made more sense when I was teaching it to you than when I was learning it from the video. Okay, I'll do it one more time. I'm gonna do a brief demo of the section right before the chorus, just because I really like this part. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to teach it, but I do really like this section. Hopefully y'all like it too. Hey, thank y'all for joining. It's very TAEMIN-y, yes. Their whole dance is very TAEMIN-esque, and